Hello everybody, it's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, everyone always at your service now. Whoo, it's been a little bit everybody, and to be fair, I am still not at 100%, both in terms of how I am feeling right now on the IRL health side, and also on my model side, because V-Bridger doesn't want to work today, and I don't know why. I think I'm just gonna try typing in the IP address of my phone and everything again, but I'm going to see how it goes. But main thing here when it comes to it is that I am showing it is Celeste time, so Celeste time, I say as my voice cracks really badly right there. Oh my goodness gracious, Cruzy. Yeah, that's hilarious. So we're gonna see how things go overall. I'm just going to be chilling out, having myself a good time, and, well, hoping that I can have a good stream, because comparatively, the last two streams that I've had, it was me trying to stream Mistia's Izakaya, but I was way too tired. I was way too tired overall. There we go. Never just had to type in IP address again. Nice! V-Bridger's bad. I had to type in, but I tried doing Mistia's before, and it really set the life out of me because I was too tired. Then I tried just playing Splitgate 2 and Battlefront 2, and those performed horribly, so we're just going back to tried and true stuff, which shouldn't be too bad. So, first and foremost, Celeste until my hand cramps. Because, yeah, okay. The core is here. But there's also the B side to the summit. And also reflection, too, which I haven't done yet, right? Yeah, so I kind of want to hit the B sides here first before I keep going on. So let's do this thing. Center of the Earth mitts. I'm gonna have to feel my Celeste feet again. Get these certain sits at them. What's this? You're talking about the elevator thing? I mean, I got the one YouTube comment whenever about it, but never any resolution past that, you know? Ooh, I legitimately assumed what I was supposed to do there. Okay, I see what you have to do. You have to keep riding the block all the way over. It's probably a real bad idea to be trying to do Celeste after not playing it for like you did a week or two again, quite frankly. So, I'm really gonna have to feel my feet here. This is gonna be definitely a yap session. But to be fair, I've got a lot to yap about. I need to ride the momentum and jump up with that. And then not get crushed! Woo! Nice, Cruzy, nice. Wait, Shaft on doing something through mechanics. Bridge Shaft got censored. Y'all are not helping yourselves out here, quite frankly. Also, I didn't realize if you don't press up, you just kind of like trend. Or if you don't press a direction, you just kind of lazily drift. Copy that, copy that. I could also just go a little bit faster otherwise. But yeah, I hope y'all have been doing well. I've got lots and lots of stuff to talk about emoticon-wise and anecdote-wise when it comes to that overall. But I kind of want to not also mean to just keep sending it, so I'm going to be half focusing, because especially, like, with me being rusty on things as well, that I've got a lot to like, catch myself back up on. I think I can maybe, like, drift around, like, just slowly slow myself down in the corners a little bit more, and not try to rush things. It's not that I'm speedrunner extraordinaire now. Yeah, like, so, MomoCon was about 2 weeks ago or so when it comes to it, and I'm just glad to have gotten to experience it again, because I got to see lots of wonderful friends. Oh, I can dash out of feathers too. Maybe I can get some more momentum out of that. Like, what if I do something like this real quick? Like, yeah, and just reset my momentum every time, then instead of having to bank in these corners. Just kind of cheat. Okay, that's too much of a drift. But yeah, like, I had a wonderful time, got to see a bunch of friends that I usually only get to see twice a year if I'm lucky, once a year on average then, so I am very, very blessed. Got to experience my wonderful photo shoots and all, and, you know, show off my cosplay might with things like my flan wings. Like, oh my goodness gracious. The amount of people that got to compliment me on my wings and got to be enamored by them, like, it's not like my first time showing off flan. I showed her off first at AWA, But Momotron's are more abstentious and Bitterton in Atlanta when it comes to it overall. And quite frankly, like, oh man, Catharsis. I worked so damn hard on those wings, dude. And it's so nice to be able to get validation with knowing, yeah, my engineering work absolutely paid off to that end. And it's so cool too, dude. Now granted, my back was killing me, and I'll be honest, my shoulders still do hurt a little bit more. Like, I feel like my shoulders are on the same timeline as my teeth, to where they are still sore. After carrying what is essentially, I had bat pats for, I legitimately drifted to the left side right there, that hurt. I had bat pats on for all my cosplays except for Pocket. Even then, I was still carrying stuff as Pocket, but then again, I am the kind of prop cosplayer when it comes to it or so there's that end. What do we got here? So I have to bounce around here and ride the feather all the way up. Copy that. Gotcha. Momentum all the way up. Momentum all the way up, and don't be afraid. Like, use a dash. Now I have to bounce in the right direction when it comes to it. I was about to say, so like, if there's anybody who wants to have like any con questions, I know like for y'all, my usual viewers, my lovelies in chat or so, I don't know if any of y'all have really gotten a chance to go out to many cons or so I'm opening up rapid fire questions on that end. Because quite frankly, I feel like biggest things comparatively to like my past cons that I have to say is that I didn't like, I came in with a more of an agenda of like, for example, on the buying side when it came to Artist Alley and the Dealer's Hall of I need to buy myself wall scrolls and posters really to decorate my new apartment with. Because otherwise, I'm usually actually more agnostic to actually buying those things up. Just due to the fact that I would not have the wall space otherwise. But in my parents' house. Now I moved out, I have free reign on all my walls and everything on what I need to be touching with. Okay. Once we grab the feather, let's not brain mash ourselves up. Let's just stick to a wall and then figure what I need to do. Almost, you had the idea there, but I think you just can't hesitate on any step of the process there. I pressed left right there for whatever reason. But that was one big thing, and to be fair, I was able to get 2 wall scrolls. I got one that is really just bot art to Monster Hunter Try, because, or Monster Hunter, yeah, 3, or yeah, Try 3, however you want to call it, because that was the game that I first got into Monster Hunter from. Thank you, Pro Jared's tutorial videos on that back then. And, well, of course there's that. And then I got a JoJo's poster. I got a sick Part 4 poster of, like, the main cast, like, going down the street. And it's really cool and all, and I love it. And, you know, holy shit, is that a JoJo's reference in my house? I always keep saying house, and it's like, God, I wish I had enough money to be, you know, to be affording a house, but it's an apartment. I'm not, you know, miffed by that. Am I using the entire space? Absolutely not in that case if I had a whole house. But I could definitely house a friend or two and not have to necessarily go by apartment regulations. And by friend, I mean, hey, Ein, if you're here, you want to come in sometime? Smile? But it still is, yeah, it still is my home. It still is my domicile, if you want to put it that way to an extent. But, you know, it's just, you know, it still is different. Especially so, if I'm talking to like my coworkers, I say, yeah, my new home. It's like, no, it is an apartment. If I could afford a home, that is absolutely a pay grade that I should not be making at a retail job in that case then. Rather, if I was making a pay grade at a retail job, I'd be keeping my mouth shut and just being like, yep, clocking in my 9 to 5 every day, y'all. Goodness gracious, Cruzy. Alright, so speaking of home stuff, I've got myself water on the side, and I've got myself a nice Caesar salad that I prepared myself for my dinner. Because I don't feel like having anything too fatty or so. I'll say this, because I've gone up to full-time with both, with now what is a position for both my jobs, when it comes to it or so, one thing that I am absolutely struggling to do is find more time to work out. Because since I'm independently cleaning up all of my house or so, I absolutely can make more time for it, but I found a lot more excuse on the workout side, because I would work out in the morning, and then walk my dog. But since, you know, I'm not at my parents' house anymore, my dog's there, And it's like, no, I don't have any excuse to always want to work out now. Oh, you drifted too much, and you also wasted some time up there, Cruzy. To be fair, you did just kind of jump and not kind of threw your own timing off at the end there. Like as soon or you jumped when the feather wasn't respawned, so you thought it would just respawn a lot sooner. So slow yourself down a little bit more. Slow yourself down. Oh, I freaking hit the buffer! Cleaning can be a workout? I mean, unless I'm like from an adult video, really reaching the corners of the house or so, and really stretching myself and doing repetitions for those types of angles, I don't think I'm getting that much of a workout comparatively to when I'm at like the actual gym, be it the gym that you go to or like the apartment gym, to where I have full-fledged machines and everything like that. Goodness gracious. And I don't think, what? There's probably some sickos out there who'd probably have their sick kids from seeing me working out in that kind of way or so, but that's not my content. Now, if somebody paid me handsomely to do so, then I'd be like, well, hey, making 2 part-time jobs, and I can make a side hustle. Look, I'm just a business graduate doing business. I'm never not gonna say no to that. I mean, once again, on the cosplay side, back when I was a fledgling cosplayer, I was just on social media, and people were unironically asking for feed pits before I even blew up. I say blew up as if I was popular at all. Before I really got my VTubing career on the ground, it's like, huh. Yeah, no, the audience is out there, but I wasn't ready to sell myself out. Now I'm working 2 jobs and I'm still barely making enough to cover my rent and put some money into savings. So I'm like, look, Chief, I see why it's so easy to sell yourself out, but I'm gonna need a lot of money to base myself, especially since my face is out on the internet, okay? Like, I'm just putting myself out there. I know my worth. I have a lot of confidence in myself, but that doesn't mean the content's gonna come for free. You want cruisy content, you're really gonna have to work for it. And by that I mean you're really gonna have to give me a lot of money to justify my worth I'm gonna put into potential feed pits and or more risque content. What has this evolved into now? I started that one more time, now I'm like, hey, I'm a cosplayer, and I could be that kind of... Oh, I could be that kind of cosplayer! Quite frankly, I don't have any types of those outfits. I mean, I guess I could page Cherry and ask her for her cow outfit that she got recently, but... You know... One, I don't think... Well, I have gotten 2 hand-me-downs from her, actually. Nice! Busy. I've gotten 2 hand-me-down things from her when it comes to it, I guess. So, it's not that far-fetched, I guess. What is this room asking for? That. It's asking that out of me. Just ride the momentum of the jump right there. Ah! Ah! Don't talk yourself into it. I mean, it's not like I don't necessarily want to. I mean, what? It's the whole, like, you know, I'm not gay, but 50 butts is 50 butts argument when it comes to it. Was that really supposed to be hard in comparison, guys? Like, I'm just saying, in a vacuum, I could absolutely see myself doing things for money. And that's just because, well, like, look, money's on the table, quite frankly. And in this world and the economy, I could kind of take any free handout that I can get. Because the world's never, look, the universe is not going to give any of us free handouts when it comes to it overall, people. That's just got to be known. So, if there's a free money-making opportunity, I'm just saying, in general, Chief. People have vacuum cleaners. I mean, look, we're on the internet. People can have much worse tastes when it comes to it. I shudder to think what kind of people I could attract with how vanilla I could be. Like, you know, oh, if this pure vanilla girl could debase it. What? That's just what? That's moral degradation written on top of it all. I should stop myself all on my head. Because absolutely, this VOD is gonna be violating for some people to be like, look, Cruzy's talking her big game up, but it's just all softcore from her when it comes to it from what she's threatening. I should have committed. If I committed myself, body, soul, and mind into making that dash, I could have made it. What did you walk back into? Talking about back to the old thing of how back when I was first starting to use social media, but I'd already used Cosplay, but already been a cosplayer before I'd been using social media. Don't be scared, just commit, Cruzy. When I was already getting, offers for feet pits for money. Then I'm like, you know, in this day and age now, I should debase myself more for money. But is that really necessary? I mean, what? My savings account should absolutely grow, considering how much I took out of it just to go to Momocon and for my apartment lease and everything like that. So, quite frankly, yeah, opportunity is there. You absolutely stunlocked yourself when you were trying to go, yeah. Let me take a bite out of my salad real quick. Let's get some fuel. After the root canal, being able to actually not have any pain from drinking a cold drink is so bliss. I cannot tell you how much it's so nice. Hey, water salad on the right side of my mouth that I still can't chew on the left. I mean, yeah, I did say in a vacuum, but that, okay, what? I have even no idea how I categorize like that kind of this material then. Nice. Oh, hello, moving bumpers. I did press my jump! Oh, I see the conceit with you, you bumper. Oh, I did it too soon! I know your secrets. I didn't know your secrets! Freaking cartoon style henchman failing to understand the assignment type B. Goodness gracious. Alright. Boop. Too high, but I see what I need to do there. It's really just asking me to stall myself with the bumper. If you just bumped in the right direction, by that I mean if you just bumped straight up, you'd have it then. Oop. Ah! You need to actually angle yourself. Okay, yeah, you actually have to be a little bit more precise, Cruzy. Up. That's still too much. Okay, you're waiting a little bit too much here. Ah! Okay, we go again. Up, perfect. You waited too much again! You waited too much! Hit the other side! Hit the other side! Maybe not straight up, just literally hit the other side and use it to get to the next rock. That's literally your only problem. I was like, I can wait a cycle. You can't wait a cycle. Nope. Bounce. No! I got on the other side of it! Okay, I've stopped my banter by taking my bite out of my salad, so let's take another bite of my salad and let's go back to the banter. I got a good amount of stories to tell when it comes to it otherwise, too. It being, haha, my Momocon trip. Okay, I can do that too. God! Yeah, I took the hit the side of a comment to heart, so I see it happy. Just skip the little middle section itself of stalling for like a perfect up, of stalling for going perfectly up, and just hit the side. Yeah, I see the conceit. That was accidental, but I'll be on. No! I had it too! I had it too! Oh, and then I got scared and didn't commit. Hold on. Also, this is something that I've been meaning to do for the longest time too. Keyboard config. Jump. That way I have dash on ads. because I don't want to be twisting my hand as much for my hand cramp problems potentially. So if I put it on V, then I can actually have a little bit more leeway then. Save almost worked. I mean, to be fair, that was me having to sight read that section anyways then. That last little jump. And I did kind of, dear Mario, I absolutely screwed up that jump. I absolutely screwed it up. That was such a dodge hit jump. Please do not come to the castle. How do I keep missing the bumpers themselves is the question. Okay, let's banter because I feel myself deteriorating on this end because I'm not eating food and now I'm just getting frustrated at the game. And this is how I avoid being frustrated at the game. And I say frustrated. I haven't been frustrated at Celeste too much. It's more just kind of like my own execution ineptitude. But this time here is just due to the fact that I'm getting back into the game after like a week or two of not playing it. And that's gonna ruin my chops. So like big things that I feel that I was talking over with some of my other cosplayer friends and my coworkers is, yeah, on the side of getting to really equip that, on the side of getting to really showcase myself off is this year I counted about like, I think like 45-ish business cards or so when it comes to it to MomoCon. And at the end of the con, so that's for 4 days, and at the end of the con, I ended with about 2. Now granted, I didn't do my whole goal of anytime somebody asked for my picture to pull out my business card holder and to say, if you're going to post that on social media, be sure to tag me in your photos. Because that was like the phrase I had rehearsed, and to be fair, I used it a darn lot. Hello, Ed. Hope you're doing well. I used it a darn lot, and I got to hand it out to maybe I'd say like a good 2/3 of people that asked for my pictures. But there's also a lot of the times to where I just didn't have the hand space to get my business card holder out, and to that end, I really struggled, and I was just kind of like, screw it, I'm not gonna take up their time necessarily or so. That, or for the people who are just kind of like, can I get a photo of you? And then it's like, if they gave me no recognition of like, what my cosplay was, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend the time, because at that point then I was like, I don't think they're going to post it out on social media in that case then, necessarily, respecting my character. Okay, I actually have to take it on the side, I can't do a wimpy jump. So, to that end, I gave it out to as many people as I successfully could when it came to that, especially at the photo shoots that I went to for Toho and Fire Emblem. To be fair, all of the Fire Emblem cast at least knows who I am. At least, you know, more of the regulars knows who I am to that extent or so. But, get to run with doubles on that end. Quite frankly, I was very, very happy, very, very pleasantly surprised by the amount of interaction I was actually still getting too. Because I got a few, I got a few people who reached out to me in Discord or so and got to talk a little bit. I've gotten a few followers in my Blue Sky or so, which is lovely and great and all. And I even got one conversion of somebody who's joining my Discord now, that being Dark. So, quite frankly, the fact that I got one person, that's glowing to that end. Look, the fact is, I felt like a good person actually getting to use my business cards out in that way of handing them out. Even if I got like, you know, mixed interaction or, you know, different conversion points on that end for how people are actually accessing my content afterwards. But overall, it was positive for me. And look, I got one person who gets to chill out and I get to talk to them on a daily basis when it comes to it. If, you know, they want to interact outwards. That is absolutely wonderful conversion for me. Going to get growth is slow and steady? Yeah! And like, once again, like, look, I've been punching at this for 5 years now. How did I not refresh my jump? Did I legitimately graze the side of the platform right there to where I didn't actually get my jump back? Bad cycle, save it. Yeah, the organic growth is absolutely slow and steady, and there's a lot of year 1 VTubers that I remember back in my heyday, back when I debuted and all. When I first started VTubing, because I didn't even have a debut stream. I just said, hey, I'm streaming now, smile, like lol. That are not with us now. I can rattle off 3 people who I knew in my year 1, who I'm still friends with. That being Akane Chiba, Guppy, and Lumi, when it comes to it. That are actually still punching away. Otherwise, basically everybody else that I know, that I knew in my year 1, are non-existent now. Or maybe like they rebranded and I just never actually followed them past the rebrand, or knew that they rebranded because I didn't follow them past that. But point still stands there. And to be fair, Akane was already doing VR content before I just read the bigger VTubing side or so. Psych read this. No! Did the bumper really drift upwards when I was trying to execute that, and because of that, it screwed me over in that cycle? That sucks if so. But, yeah, like, Akana and Chiba, they were already doing VR content or whatever before, so the VTubing side just, you know, kind of helped boost their numbers, I guess, to an extent. But they're, you know, they still had their content side beforehand. Guppy was already a streamer beforehand, so that, I guess, doesn't count necessarily. So, when it comes to it then, Lumi really did get her bigger start in VTubing, and, well, she's an absolutely gigantic streamer compared to me, absolutely so. But I still love her all that same, and I still love all three of them. Now, do I get to hang out with them much? I keep my Twitch Prime sub to Lumi, that way I can keep losing a Lumi wave in Twitch. I get to hang out with Guppy every now and then, but they aren't, you know, they're more of a, like, they stream more on Discord, I guess, but when it comes to it, they hang out with their community, the Fishbowl, more. And then, Akane, I get to see them every now and then whenever I'm in VR, but not too much more. So, kind of like regular IRL friends, where it's like, we've all just kind of like drifted on our own paths, but, you know, we all still know that each other exists and love each other, which is great, but, like, what? Once again, I've been at this for 5 years. I am absolutely grizzled for a VTuber's time when it comes to it. For an indie, no less, because pretty bigger corporate VTubers, so like, that's pretty good time, and at that point then, you know, you need to do something hell alive. You've been kind of in the business for a while now when it comes to it. For an indie to be surviving this long, and being as unsuccessful as me, okay, now that's me not gassing myself up, but like what? I've done myself nothing good when it comes to the social media side, and I do recognize that's my weak point, absolutely so, considering how, you know, what am I trying to do? I think I'm trying to like get the boost from like bouncing on the right side of that, and I'm scared of just trying to organically bounce on the right, because I'm scared of those spikes. Ooh, good drift. Yeah, so I'm not going to have any momentum otherwise, so I legitimately need to actually boost a little bit more into the side there. But my point at the end of the day is, like, what? I've done myself no favors for my growth in the age of what is absolutely the social media. I wouldn't even say bubble, because bubble implies it's going to burst, of, like, the boom, rather, because it's always been around. And the fact that I didn't use social media back in middle school or high school, but to be fair, I actually had a brick of a Nokia phone for middle school or so. So, it's not that I had an iPhone back in the day, or rather, what was this, iPods, actually, too. Or no, it was an iPod Touch, yeah. Yeah, no, that was absolutely my day and age, because I bought my sister's old one for, like, 30 bucks. Okay, silence for 2 seconds, Cruzy. Refresh! Woo! Okay, we're done with this room. Nice. What the heck am I looking at here, dude? Certain death. I need to grip the side, gotcha. And then I need to use the boost to hit this John bot? The John bots, right? Power John? I can't remember the name. Success. Oh! I didn't know what I was supposed to do there. Yeah, like I've thoroughly enjoyed myself for my VTubing life, absolutely so. I've had myself a wonderful time, and while my initial goal of VTubing to entertain one person, maybe like make a new friend at the end of the day, absolutely still has been achieved by a huge margin when it comes to it overall or so. Considering how, yeah, my local community, the fact that I can just post good morning, I'm gonna get more than just one daily interaction, but from anybody who might be up at the time or so, I am absolutely living the dream for that positive kind of mental state or so. I wouldn't trade it for the world, quite frankly. Rather, like, if I was like told like I could do over my life again, there are regrets that I have, absolutely so. It's also Okay, so I'm supposed to hold to the other side there. Or am I doing, Cruzy? What am I doing here? But, yeah, like, there's lots of regrets that I absolutely would say I've had in my life or so. But there's also so many blessings that I've gotten to where I am right now that I'm sufficiently happy in my life. You know, for how the world can be right now, for how you can define happy. But you know, am I? Once again, at the very least, am I making my ends meet for my apartment stuff at the end of the day, and for my own self-fulfillment on my content creator side? Am I doing good? And in that case, then absolutely, I feel like I am living the dream. And while otherwise, I wouldn't have people immediately tuning in my Discord after I say I'm gonna go stream now, because just having y'all here, talking or not, it's a blessing. I say that as I have my viewer numbers off, so all of you could have just said, "Hey, Cruzy," and then dipped, and I wouldn't be none the wiser. But quite frankly, that's something I need to concern myself with, because if I concerned myself with viewer numbers anytime earlier in my career, well, I would be having a much different career in that case. Why did I jump so early? I think I probably would have just said, nah, screw it, I'm not making any numbers in this case then. But I'm here now. So, too bad. Viewers are always maxed out. I mean, quite frankly, just never have that tab open, or never have that stat showing. And that's the secret to happiness, y'all. Because especially in the comparison age of, you know, oh, I could be a bigger VTuber, so, like, enjoy yourself. You have a friend who's a big VTuber, so can't you just be happy about just knowing them, or just being chill with them or so? After it's always full, but to be fair, that isn't too much. That I'd be punting for what I define as full. But hey, I'm a Northern Lion fan, and he can kind of just talk to the void anyways then. I've been a Northern Lion fan for all of my life, just about. Okay, just grab the sidewall. So if he can do that with his 2,000 plus Binding of Isaac videos that he did almost daily just about or so, then I can do that for 5 years. Or I can go for my 5 years and still go onwards, happily so, before I do that. Just dash immediately to the left there, Cruzy. You're not doing yourself any favors. So I'm about to say, you're contemplating in calculus, that doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need to wait, just immediately dash to the left. And then again. Ah! So you're getting the cadence down. Saved. There's too much momentum, so like don't try to do any other jump any other way there. Oh, that was a bad angle. Okay, so I know like other things that I do want to keep improving on the content creator side though is try to keep fleshing out my upload schedule. And I think I might need to also make decisions and kind of like saying like, hey, engage/reverse collapse, this might be in the can for me ever getting back to them. I mean, I absolutely do think one day I should get back to those, but like, for example, on the turn-based side, with me already playing Girls Front Line 2 on my phone every day or so, even if it's just for the dailies, that still is my turn-based kick. And that's already other 2 turn-based games that are competing for my attention. Not to mention how that's also going to be taking time to do either. You hesitated. Oh! You had it too. go! Okay, that deserves a bite of my salad.